The psychological reason we ignore red flags when we're lonely. 1. You're not looking for a partner. You're looking for a painkiller. The silence of an empty apartment on a Saturday night is a specific kind of pain. I once kept seeing a guy who was flaky, condescending, and boring for one reason. He was available. The 5 hours I spent with him were a temporary cure for the 72 hours of loneliness I was dreading. He wasn't a boyfriend. He was a distraction. 2. Your brain mistakes breadcrumbs for a feast. I dated a girl who would ignore my text for days, then send a single, low-effort, hey you message. When you're feeling good about yourself, you see that for the breadcrumb it is. But when you're lonely, that message feels like a banquet. Your brain clings to that tiny piece of validation and ignores the deafening silence that surrounded it. 3. The fear of starting over is greater than the pain of staying. My friend was with a guy who clearly didn't respect her. We all saw it. I asked her why she stayed, and she said, I just can't handle the thought of going back on the apps. The exhaustion of starting from zero felt more painful than the guaranteed low-grade misery she was already in. 4. You fall in love with the idea of them, not the reality of them. When you're lonely, you create a character. He's not just a guy who texts you back, he's the one who was finally giving you attention. I once dated a guy who showed one flash of emotional depth in a 2-hour conversation. I took that one moment and built an entire fantasy personality around it, ignoring the other 119 minutes where he was a complete dud. 5. Your standards don't just get lower, they disappear. A year after a bad breakup, I was feeling incredibly isolated. I went on a date with a guy who straight up told me he was still in love with his ex. The confident version of me would have paid the bill and left. The lonely version of me thought, at least he's honest. Maybe I can be the one to help him heal. 6. You see their attention as affection. The truth is, lonely people are often a target for bored people. A guy I knew would only call a girl when his friends were busy or he had nothing else to do. She thought his spontaneous calls were romantic. But he wasn't choosing her because he liked her. He was choosing her because she was the only option on a Tuesday night.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. I post new stories every day.